right, all right. Well, meatheads, looks like they finally got me. It appears I can outrun the shame of my father, but I cannot outrun my debt. I have landed here in, I'm not sure where. It's hard to tell because everyone looks the same. Because of the masks, because everyone's wearing masks. One good thing, one of the higher ups of this operation is a big fan of the show. And so instead of competing in a bunch of kids games, they thought I would be better served working off my debt in the kitchens. They made it look exactly like the Cooking Meat Studio kitchen. Okay, that's a pretty nice zester. Ricky doesn't even have one of these guys. Not sure exactly how I ended up here. I was on the lam for a few months, didn't think they'd find me. It was horrible. They drugged me, that part was kind of fun. They bound and gagged me, also kind of fun. Took me off to a secluded island in the middle of nowhere, searched me, took all my possessions, took all my pride. They didn't get everything though. All right, now we can cook. Welcome back, meatheads. Let's get cooking. All right, meatheads. Judging by the pile of dead squid right here, I'm assuming the guards want some calamari for their lunch today. I got a few ingredients here. I'm gonna have to explore around the kitchen to make sure I can find everything, but I think we're gonna make a pretty easy calamari. So we're gonna fry up the calamari, we're gonna fry up some lemons, some pickles, some banana peppers, and we're gonna have a couple little sauces to go along with it. All right, so what we're gonna do with our calamaris are, we got the big tubes, probably gonna cut them like a 3/4 inch deep. 3/4 of an inch or so. Try and keep them as even as possible, just so we get good cook time. We're gonna throw everything in a bowl. One thing you gotta do with calamari, especially if you're getting it fresh, typically marinate it in a little milk. Milk has lactate acid, lactose. It's lactate. It tenderizes the squid a little bit. If you can smell through the camera, it's got kind of a fishy smell, and it kind of really nullifies that. So it tenderizes it, and it also gets rid of that fishy smell. So that's what we're gonna do here. We're gonna give big rings, big fat calamari rings, and just like that. Tentacles are already done, so we'll throw the tentacles in there. I mean, this is fresh. This is real good stuff. You want to put enough, we want to put enough milk to cover. You want it to soak in milk, so that's what we're gonna let it do. We're gonna let it soak in milk. We're just gonna add a little bit of fresh cracked pepper. And a little dash of the Worcestershire. Give that a little mix. We're gonna let that all just chill out together, and we'll put that in our fridge, and then we're gonna make our sauces and our batter. You need to let it soak for at least half an hour, so just make sure you use it in 1 day's time. So while those squids are playing Marco Polo in the milk, we are gonna make some sauces, and we're gonna make our beer batter. So for the sauces, we're gonna do a classic cocktail, and we're gonna do a classic tartar sauce. Cocktail sauce is pretty much 4 ingredients: ketchup, lemon juice, horseradish, and some Wikipedia sauce. Now, if I was to guess the parts, I would say it's probably, I would say we probably do 1 giant part, let's say a cup. 1 cup to a half of fresh squeezed lemon juice. A really good, big, nice, juicy lemon. If you got small lemons, maybe we'll do a full lemon, but this is a big, juicy. For a cup, we'll probably do about 5 good dashes. Good dashes, not little ones, like a dash, a dash, a dash, 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 dash. We're gonna do 1 big tablespoon of pickled horseradish. I prefer pickled horseradish versus like a horseradish cream. If you want that creaminess, you can throw like a little scoop of mayonnaise in there, but that's not how I like it. Dollop of just pickled horseradish in there. All right, I'm gonna give that a good mix. All right, let's see how we did. Yeah, I think we're good. All right. If you wanted it a little more sweet with this recipe, I'd add another squirt of ketchup. Let's pour our cocktail sauce, and we'll let that sit in the fridge too. So next, we're gonna make a little tartar sauce. Tartar sauce is pretty dang easy too. Kind of in the same line, except instead of ketchup, we're gonna use mayonnaise. We're gonna use mayonnaise, lemon juice, a little Worcestershire, some capers, and some pickles all chopped up together in there. So we'll do 2 big dollops, half a lemon's worth of lemon juice for this guy too. For this, just like a dash of Worcestershire, nothing crazy. I just put a little beep. We're gonna add a few chopped capers up, and we're really gonna chop these down into little teeny pieces. You can use relish too. Some people just skip the pickles and capers and just go straight to relish, but this is kind of how I like to do meat tartar sauces. So a couple capers, a couple pickles, put them all up in together. That's the kind of consistency you want for the capers and the pickles, almost relishy. Pretty good, one more real rough chop. I wanna make sure it's extra good for the guards because they're working so hard keeping all the prisoners safe. All right, so we got pickles and capers and everything in there, everything in between. Some fresh dill and tartar sauce is just gonna kind of bring out that tartary sauce flavor. It gives it a great look. You don't need a lot of it because you know exactly when fresh dill is in something, so we don't need too much. So we're gonna chop this up like that. As soon as you start chopping it, you can already just smell the dilliness of it. Dilly indeed. So that's just a pretty classic, basic tartar sauce. So we'll put this in the fridge to sit and chill for a little bit while we make our beer batter. Really? No, it's fine. We use tallow, but vegetable oil is good too, and that's what they like it here. That's how we're gonna cook. So we're gonna get a little vegetable oil going and getting warm, because that's what we're gonna fry our stuff in. For our beer batter, it's very simple. I like my beer batters thin and flaky and crispy. I'm not a big fan of very thick batter. When you know, when you think of fish and chips, and it's just a huge thing of fried, bite into it, it's kind of crispy on the outside, but this part that's next to the fish is like soggy. I just don't like that. I'd rather have a thinner, crispier, flakier. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make it real simple and easy. The important thing, I think, for making beer batter is you've got to really season it. Almost seems like you're over seasoning, but that's what really gives it some flavor. When you're doing something like calamari and it's marinating in milk and pepper and Worcestershire or whatever, just a simple marinade, we won't have a chance to season the calamari direct. So we're gonna season the batter, that way we don't even have to fucking worry about it. They can just play their own little Squid Game and they don't have to worry about me salting them at all. So we have some salt in here, bang, fresh cracked, obvious. And then we're just gonna start dumping seasonings in here. We're gonna do some garlic powder. We'll do a little chili powder. You know your seasoning's good when it comes in a bag. Some oregano, smushed. Some paprikas. Then just throw a little bit of onion powder in there. Ooh, and it just smells seasoned. It smells like it's something. It doesn't smell like flour. Because again, we're not gonna be able to season the calamari directly, so the flour is where we really wanna season. So we got our seasoned flour, we got our oil heating, we got our 2 sauces sauced, and we have our calamari. We are gonna fry in with it a little bit of banana peppers, some pickles, and some real thin cut lemon slices. So we're gonna do it the old fashioned way. We're just gonna thin slice these ourselves. So we'll try and keep it thin. All right. There we go. All right, so we got some slices of lemon. Do a couple of these guys. And a couple slices of pickles. All right, so it's been about half an hour. We've got our seasoned flour ready to go. Our calamari marinated. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna dredge this straight into the flour and throw it into our little fryer we got going. Since it's wet, since it's been sitting in a brine, the wetness is gonna get the flour to already kind of coat it and stick, so you don't have to do too much. Dust them off like that. Fry these up till they're golden. This is gonna take a long time. All these things that we're frying are not gonna take very long. Nothing's really gonna take more than 2 minutes. If you had a big, like, industrial fryer, you could just probably throw everything all together at once. Since this is all we got in the Squid Games Kitchen, we're just gonna do it in little batches, do a little at a time. If you throw too much in at once, it will cool off the fryer to where it won't really fry that much. It also could clump together. Trust me, I've made all those mistakes recently. Real nice and flaky. That's kind of what we're going for when you want calamari. Nice, thin, flaky vegetables. Got those nice little flaky things, a little touch of salt just to kind of bring out some of the flavor. We'll do the same thing with our lemons. Just a quick little flour batter. Fry up some lemons. So again, probably about 2 minutes. Fried and crispy. And last but not least, we'll do some calamaris. And we're just gonna give it a nice coating of flour. The tubes, you wanna make sure that you just kind of get them open because they'll lie flat for a little bit. So you just wanna get them open a little bit, get that batter inside the tube as well. So, how long you worked here for? Cool? Cool. Let it go, just stop messing around with it, stop fucking around. So got us here in the first place. Yeah. Nice and crispy flaky. All right, you're gonna like this one. You're gonna like this one, my friend. Tomorrow, I'm making spaghetti and meatballs. Gonna blow your mind. Our last little batch is frying up. Let's get some of our sauces out. Got deep red cocktail sauce. Got some nice tartar sauce. Let's see how it's been sitting. Ooh. And for a garnish, we're just gonna add a little teeny bit of chopped dill. You can do chopped parsley too. Oh yes, sir, indeed. Touch of salt, as is tradition. Just some nice calamari. Got a couple of fried lemons, fried banana peppers. Fried and fried and fried, baby. A little fresh dill. It's not gonna do too much for flavor, just the fresh dill like this alone, but it is gonna give it a nice little nose, some like aromatics to it. And there we go. The official Squid Games calamari plate. So now comes the real test. Before we give it to these guys, we wanna make sure it's good because I don't wanna die. Usually when things come right out of the fryer, they are a little soggy still just because it's wet. So you gotta let the air kind of crisp it up. Let's give it a shot. Let's give it a shot right here with some cocktail first. That's really, really good. You get a lot of seasoning from all that batter. It's really, really good. It's almost got kind of like a fried chicken-y kind of batter. If you were to fry it longer, you could really, really crisp it up. Something like corn batter, cornmeal or something like that. It is nice and flaky. If you cook it too long, the calamari becomes chewy. A little one-on-one, a little banana pepper, a little tartar sauce. Oh yeah, dude. That is like a perfect seaside meal. Ice cold beer, hot day, fighting seagulls off. That is delicious. That just tastes like a pier. Oh yeah. The fried pickles and the fried banana peppers with that brininess go really, really well with the calamari. Amazing pop of lemon. Amazing pop of citrus. Oh my God, that's fantastic. One thing it is missing though, an ice cold beer. I'm just saying, an ice cold beer could do it. I mean, I don't know how long it's gonna take for me to get out of here. But while we're here, we might as well make some delicious food. I'm so excited to be cooking for you again, even if it's in the Squid Games prison. I'm gonna head back to my quarters and start making some toilet wine. The guards are gonna come here and have an awesome calamari lunch. You guys enjoy yourselves, stay safe, don't get into any debt, and we'll be cooking for you again. You take care, meatheads.